Welcome to this week's video. Today, an interesting one. Many years ago, I think it was in the early 2000s, under some of my YouTube videos, there was a comment from a certain Hendrik Santo. Also some messages, and it was obvious that he was very knowledgeable and that he wanted to meet me. So years later, we got into discussions again about Wing Chun's history. And actually, I have to be very thankful to Mr. Hendrik Santo, because he at that time really helped me linking some unclear pieces of the Wing Chun history puzzle together. But then he, in a way, tried to maybe claim me as his student, so he'd get me over to San Jose, where he lives in the USA. I went. His theoretical knowledge, let's just say, didn't really match up with his practical skill set, which is okay. We don't have to be the best in everything, because actually, I feel that his contribution to the Wing Chun world is a little bit underrated, in the sense that maybe he pissed off way too many people through his way of communication. And therefore, some of the really good stuff he has is not being accepted on the scale like it should be accepted. I think he's quite a smart man and went as far as he can go without traveling around, meeting different Sifus in the internal arts and having really a lot of hands-on experience. He mostly conducts his research from his home. But then, again, like I said before, he goes fairly deep, but then he comes to that point that he cannot go beyond. And unfortunately, his character, for some reason, at this point in time, doesn't allow him to see beyond. But still, I urge everybody to go check out his channel, this one. Yeah, the Darth Vader picture doesn't mean he's from the dark side, although the way he is attacking me at this point seems he's pulled into the dark side quite a little bit, but no problem, I'm the Jedi, so yeah. Thing is, I urge everybody to take a look at some of his videos. There is a lot of interesting information there and a lot of truthful information. But the moment we start to talk about real martial chi that can be used for martial arts, yeah, then the knowledge, the skill set, in my opinion, my humble opinion, is really not there. Yeah. Then I urge also everybody to contact Hendrik and go there, meet up, have some conversation, have some touch hands experience and feel. Same like the people can contact me, can come to any one of my worldwide open seminars, or can come here to the Eternal Spring Institute and can feel. And then by direct experience. That's always best. Energy does not lie. Okay? Now, in his latest attack rant, he's publishing videos every day, has so much time on his hands to attack other people, teaching about Buddhism, but obviously not being detached. I try my best, as I said in a previous video, to be as detached as possible, but the moment people start to use my image and saying I do things wrong. Because of the scope of my association, I get a lot of messages, and then I get requested by students to please post a response. So hereby, I'm doing that, right? So he says, I don't know nothing about ancient Siulintao. Then comes up with reasons, but yeah, I don't have just Hendrik as a source for that set. There are more Sifus involved, and also more Sifus involved at the Eternal Spring Institute that have studied the ancient single set, Siulintao, long set Siulintao. Okay? Then he says, I don't even know about the breathing, and that I do it reverse, that I sink when I breathe out, and that I should raise when I breathe out. Now, let me clarify something, Hendrik, if you're watching this video, which I know you do. So it's important to understand that there are different stages. So the first stage is the training of the little details, like also described in the Kunkut. One thread must not be off, every stretch, every contract. Within the soft there's hardness, within the hardness there's softness, all that stuff. So, first of all, I'm teaching my students all around my association and also here at the Institute since years that according to the Kunkut, you contract, you stretch. Let's take that piece as an example, right? So if at the base level we connect the breath to the movement for health purposes and for purpose of developing Jin through the training of the little details. Let's just take one movement as an example. Then here we contract, we breathe in, and then here we stretch and we breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Just an example. I'm teaching that for years. So I'm absolutely, if I do it like that, the form, training of the little details, I'm very aware that is the opposite of the application. And that's where maybe that's not so clear to you. When you do an application and you release Ging or Jin in Mandarin, you always release by sinking. At the base level, physical sinking. At the more advanced level, just internal sinking. Let's say I do this movement, right? And I want to do it in the application. I'm not going to raise. I'm going to sink. So physically, I can sink, but I can also internally just sink. That's application-wise. So, what you say there that I don't understand, obviously, you don't understand what I'm showing and why I'm showing it. Because, as I said, I'm very aware. But the highest level, stage number 3, where we detach or are able to detach the breathing chi from the martial chi, right? So remember, we have the pre-heaven chi, the post-heaven chi, and also the breathing chi, responsible for Jing, your life essence, and we have the special cultivation methods to transfer Jing into the chi as can be used in martial arts. And that has to be able, at that stage, to be separated from the breathing chi. So in application, we can apply Ging, Jin. At any moment, no matter we're breathing in, we're breathing out, or not breathing at all for a short period of time. Okay? that is crucial. That when somebody chokes me from behind, that at that moment I can still release the jinn. I can still release it. I don't have to breathe out or think breathe in, or that is important. So there is different stages of that. So in this photo where he attacks me on my video and he says, look, when he's shrinking, going down, he's breathing out. What? Can you notice that on the video? First of all, you really can't. And second of all, you don't know what I'm practicing. Am I practicing stage number 1, stage number 2, or stage number 3? Well, in that video, I concentrate on sinking the chi to the anti and mobilizing it, sending it out. So I'm breathing just naturally, in and out. I'm not focusing on connecting the breath with my movement. I'm doing stage number 3. I'm using detachment, separating the breathing chi from the martial chi. So, that's it. It's very unfortunate that I have to make videos like this and defending my case, it's just silly. So the issue here is assuming, which can be very dangerous. Somebody assuming that he knows what kind of research another person has done or what the other person understands. Does he know the time that I've invested in this? How many Sifus I have discussed with, I have studied with, all throughout Southeast Asia. I lived in China for 16 years. I'm often going to China. In fact, in a few weeks, I'm again in China for an important research trip. Like the Buddha said, only those who have attained know what it is. Those who have not attained cannot even speculate to what it is. That's what's going on here. And I want to leave it by that. People have too much time on their hand for negativity. We should focus on love. There is enough trouble in this world. Love and caring about the development of our beloved martial art. Okay? And for your viewers who also watch my videos, don't believe blindly just one side of the story. Always go to both sides and find out. And again, the final truth is direct experience. Energy does not lie. Thank you.